Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the Arsène cosplay. Sorry it took so long, but with everything that was going around in the world, it was not made easier to continue this project. But we will try to do our best to continue and keep safe, and we hope you will do the same. But with that said, why don't we start the video? Yuma, let's go! First are a little set of keychains to use on the jackets and to give away during the cons. This is not something particularly special for the cosplay, but I thought it was fun to see. As a real first thing, I started with a bigger scarf for Arsène. First to drew were the outside edges. These were sewn, and after completing this, I made an offset of the bottom curves and drew this on with a light pencil and sewn this as a decorative layer. After all the sewing, I trimmed the edge back to get a flush edge without any fray. Next, I started to take the pieces that I've cut in part 1 and glued them on with some PVC glue to make the bones of the wings. After I had all the pipes glued to their connectors, I added the 3D printed parts and put the screws in to attach the wings to the base of the backpack. Although with this lockdown, I haven't been able to continue the wings as of yet, so look forward to those in part 3. Next, I continued with the shoes for Arsène. I started these earlier, but I couldn't record the making of the wooden frame, so when the final episode drops, I will include an in-depth look on how I made the frame for the shoes. But for now, I already had the frame finished, so it was time to add the outer layer, made from foam. For this, I made a pattern around the frame with some aluminum foil and tape to get the right dimensions for the outside. Then I traced these onto some 1mm EVA foam to get the layers and glued these onto the shoes. Next, I painted the wooden frame with a gun silver, and the knife edges I painted with a very bright silver to get the contrast between the edge and the rest of the metal parts. And the rest of the shoes, mainly the skins, which I made from foam, I painted with a vivid red. Thanks for the awesome camera work, Muna! After painting, it was of course time to take off the masking tape.
Bino! You ready?
Hey, just so you know, I didn't have any spillage. After the paint was fully dry, I added 1mm EVA foam strips to cover and to suggest other seams on the shoes. But after some testing, I saw that the shoes were too unstable to walk with. So I made these platforms I can install under the shoes to make it easier to walk with. I cut these out of some MDF wood and went over them with a router and sanded the edges with my Dremel tool and finished them with some hand sanding. After applying a few coats of black spray paint, I added a red brushing over the edge. And after finishing this over both the platforms, I went over it with a purple brushing. This was to create the effect of the metaverse waves, so that I can keep this extra safe measure and be in character. So this is where we are with the platforms and the shoes. And now the only thing left to do is to attach them to the shoes with some nice long screws. After finishing those shoes for now, I started to work on the pants of Arsène. First I made this test piece out of a piece of fabric that I had just laying around. After I perfected the shape, I traced it over to some red fabric that I wanted to use and cut this out. After this cutting, I added a piece of cardboard to get this crown piece on the top parts of the pants. Then I added some decorative seams and some buttoning. And with that, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed and are as hyped as we are to finish this cosplay. For the next part I will show you how I finished up the cosplay, and in part 4 we will do a full showcase of the cosplay. So, we hope to see you then. Keep those creative gears turning!